So we know we have been going through 2 very interesting days of lectures. And when we got to realize that we actually, with our lecture, was going to end the 2 days of the BDF Congress, we said, why don't we start from the end? From the end product. What is it? Performance. We feel that all the things you have been through these couple of days, it is an amazing piece of work. Why? Because to describe in words, this is very, very difficult. Very difficult. It is a mixture of knowledge, instinct, skills, personalities, passion. To put it down in words in 2 days, I think all the people that was here the 2 days, they did a very, very good job, a tremendous job. And this is thank you to the BDF. Thank you very much. The title we was given today is The Instinctive Dancer. When actually we got to know the title, we're very happy, because already to be recognized as instinctive is already a big, big compliment. We sit down, we start to talk about the lecture, and we realize that the first thing we want to have very, very clear in our mind is what instinctive do mean to us. Imagine South Africa, Germany, Italy. It didn't take 2 minutes. In the end, we agreed that instinct is this strong, natural impulse towards something. Either an action, body, or a mood, character. So we feel that instinctive is something you already have in since you are very young. It's not perfect, but it's already there. And actually will stay there for the whole of your career. And the instinct is what will come out when you actually do perform. But then speaking about it, we realize that even better than the instinctive dancer is the complete dancer. What is it? The complete dancer is that kind of dancer that is capable to combine instinct and knowledge. So the opposite of instinct, we call it the knowledge dancer. We were thinking the uninstinctive, but didn't sound fantastic. So we moved to the knowledge dancer. So in the end, what do you want to have? The complete dancer. A dancer that is capable to retain and keep some of his instinct, plus add knowledge. Knowledge is what you have been through these last couple of days. To be able to make it possible in 40 minutes, because here we are speaking about a lifetime of experiences as dancers, in particular for 4 people, we decided to split it in 4 small blocks. We will have instinct for the body. It means all that kind of movements that are relatively simple for me, for Alessandra, for Bryan, for Carmen. Knowledge body. All that movement that were not so easy to achieve. All that movement that we had to learn and try to understand to make us more complete. Then we will have the instinctive character. Which kind of mood is at the top of our priority list, which is the mood that we instinctively go towards, and the knowledge character, that is the total opposite, which is the kind of mood or character it is very, very complex for us. So for us today will be a bit of a challenge, because instinctively we can do already something, but to try to show you the knowledge or what was not that simple for us, it will be our challenge for today. So we will start first. May I have my better half, please? Thank you. First thing, we speak a bit about what was instinctive for me. Since I was very young, for me a key word was movement with sounds. How I could transform sounds in movement. And I say sounds and not music, because music is only part of it. Sound is much bigger than music. Sound is all of you as well. It's the environment, it's the sound of the music. And I realized since I was very young that for me this was very, very important. I realized when I was very young that my ears were much stronger than my skills. So my ear could actually understand something that was going to happen, but my skill were not strong enough to help me. And during this period, Alessandra was suffering a lot. Why? Because my ear would tell me to do something, I don't know how to do it, and actually then I end up in a total disaster. With years, I become slightly more aware of my possibilities, and this increasing of skills made my ears and Alessandra much more happy. What we will do now, I will do one thing I normally do for fun. Put a piece of music and I dance a piece of routine we normally do, and I try to actually see how much can I be instinctive towards this kind of sound. And then I will do another little game. So if we start with track number 3, I believe should be tango. This is relatively simple. I said relatively. I didn't say simple. Relatively simple. We know the choreography. We roughly know the tune. We've been hearing this tune a lot of times. We try to make the two things, sound and vision, as close as possible. But sound is more complex. This is you as well. So we will try something I use a lot of time as a game. So if you can just follow me. Slowly. And this is a very good system as well to make people clap. So what is it? Is this awareness that there is sound? What it means? I really do care about the sound. Sometimes we realize that when we dance, we're so much concentrating in what we have to do, what we have to feel, in how we have to look like, that we actually forget sound. And this is from the instinctive body, for me was my main asset since I was very young, or at least I perceive it as my asset since I was very young. If I go to Alessandra, Instinctive for Alessandra was always this sensing skills. A lot of people believe and call it partnering skill. I think with Alessandra, it is much more than that. When we start to dance together, I quickly realized that Alessandra can understand what is next very, very quickly. She actually was able to understand me before I understood myself. There was a lot of time that I was not sure what I was going to do, but she knew. In the beginning, a bit scary. With time, I found it very useful. What is it? Alessandra's got this huge memory for movements. She will actually remember exactly how I move. And out of this, she will be easily capable to understand what is next and maximize what I'm going to do. I must say, a lot of time we speak about it and we play about it because I very often forget things. I even forget what I do when I dance. So normally for me it's very easy. I ask her. She's my tape recording. If I don't remember something, I will ask her, how did I do it? And she says, yeah, like this. Thank you very much. So what we do today, we do again something simple. We will play one waltz and we will do a piece of routine we normally do. We use it in our, we was used to use, in our demonstration, past. And then I will do something I like a lot. I use the same music, I use the same routine, but I do small changes, just to check if Alessandra's skills are still there. Because I know how strong she is, so I couldn't afford these skills to go away. Because otherwise I would find myself with nothing. So what we will do, we play track, I believe, number 5, should be a waltz. So what I will do now, play the same music, similar step. And let's see, I can easily say that this is not planned. Why? Because if I plan, I forget it, then it's a mistake. So what do we do simple? We don't plan, and I do what is coming, and we are sure that at least she will be correct. Okay? Thank you.
Times that you've given me, the memories are all in my mind. And now that we've come to the end of our rainbow, there's something
Yeah, so I hope so far it's clear what we're going to talk about today, yeah? No, okay. Well, we're talking about, this little section is about, what is it about? Instinct for the body, that's it, instinct for the body. And while we were talking about it, when we were discussing the lecture, it was actually quite interesting. Because how we are perceived to others and how we look upon ourselves is completely different. So for instance, I didn't find out till not so long ago what my instinct for the body was. Wow, it was a bit of a revelation. When I had a lesson, my teacher said to me, "What kind of dancer are you?" And I always pictured myself as a beautiful dancer. Wrong. What do you mean? They said, "I am a kinetic dancer." I didn't like this idea so much because, like I said, this beauty that I had in my mind, kinetic was a lot of moving, a lot of wriggling, and I wanted to be beautiful. But then we got back to the key words, is instinct. What is instinct? Instinct is in the wild in Africa. Animals survive on instinct, otherwise they will die. They learn to hunt, they learn to survive. So instinct is basically what you rely on when challenged, say for instance. I learned this very much long ago when I used to compete. And I used to dance. If couples left me alone in the corner, was no problem. As soon as they challenged me, that was the best thing they could do, because then I could react to the challenge. My instinct for competitive dancing was to survive. And how do I do that? Through kinetic energy. Because ever since I was a little boy, I liked to enjoy playing with the music, being able to accelerate, to stop, to go under, over, higher, faster, but with the maximum amount of control. So for me, the instinct was all about kinetic energy, which is energy produced while in motion. And for me, competitively wise, this was quite a key factor. Because when somebody challenged me, I could change my dance, the timing of it, the energy input, the output, according to the situation, which was very instinctive for me. And then I had the problem, how am I going to show this kinetic energy? And Carmen forced me, as usual, in our partnership. I don't know, I think I learned more Alessandra's skills on how to follow, yeah? How to lead. That's it. So ladies and gentlemen, in order to illustrate the kinetic energy, I was requested to do my version of the bachata. So, would you like to see with kinetic energy or without? Okay, I'll start with, then I'll sort of fade it towards the center, and then maybe I can pick it up again. Okay, if we could have a little bit of samba, please. Ale, you want to join me for this one? Die. A little bit of samba. Okay. Thank you. I'm too old. You got the picture? Mama. Thank you. Telling you, I don't know if I'm going to last 45 minutes. But ladies and gentlemen, that was my instinct. And without a partner, I would not have been able to put it to the test in a competition. So without the one and only Carmen, who will proceed, and I'm sure you're very interested to hear what is instinctive for you.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Yes, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you. Okay, now we can see we're talking very much about what comes natural to one. And for me, what was very natural from the very first time I started to dance was that I never had to think about intentions, or let's say my instinct was always a sense of body design or body styling. I never had to think about how I'm going to get myself into position, or how I'm going to continue, or how I would like to do an arm, or how I would dance a step. This came instinctively to me. I just was told this is the step, and I would go, nice, I'm going to do this. So this was very, very natural for me. And I think, as you could see throughout my dance career, I've danced with very, very versatile partners. Yeah, so you know Alan Tonsberg, Sandro Cavallini, maybe some of you will remember that, and then of course the one and only Brian Watson. And I think they all were very, very different, and I think that made these partnerships all along very interesting, because I could keep my sense of myself very clear and very identified. And I think this was an instinct for me because I didn't have to look for it. Again, I could adapt very easy to the partner and to the steps or the ideas we were dancing, but my sense of style or body styling, I don't know if that's the right word. I was trying to find a real posh word for it, so if it works for you, that's great. I don't know. I was feeling more clear intentions in my body, how to dance them. And again, if I would like to show it to you, I wouldn't want to do it without my partner, Bryan. So, yes, please, the rumba, please.
And so it is, just like you said it would be. Life goes easy on me most of the time. And so it is, the shorter story. No love, no glory. No hero in her sky. I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my...
Thank you very much, very kind of you. I hope you could see it. Yes, I didn't practice this. I know this is my routine, but this really comes instinctively to me. Now, as William was explaining into introduction, we're talking about different blocks today. And the first block was the instinct for the body. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I don't know if I survived 45 minutes either. All right, so the instinct of body, of course, when we look at the scale, at the spectrum, we would have to find an opposition. And as William said, the opposition to an instinctive dancer is a knowledgeable dancer. And we need the knowledge to make a complete dancer. Because it's no good just to be instinctive. There's other facets to the body we have to learn to make a complete dancer. And I'd like to reintroduce William to explain what it is for him.
Thank you very much. So very quick. So discipline was my main problem. Very simple. So if I think about myself, and I have to say what was the thing that my body has to learn and the knowledge I had to put into me, it was definitely discipline over feel. So to be able to retain a look that could be accepted as ballroom dancing. It's very strange, but I still today I believe that for me it's impossible to define a good-looking couple from a bad-looking couple. I only see good dancers and bad dancers. For me, the look is something still like a mystery. But I realize through the year that you need to have a sense of discipline of carrying yourself around that is more recognizable as ballroom dancing. And this for me was very, very important for the knowledge for my body. It's very simple to me to show you that if I walk like I would normally walk as William Pino, non-disciplined Italian feel, it will be something very close to this.
I know.
If I have to work in a disciplined way that is more recognizable for ballroom dancing, it will be something that is much more closer to this. I don't think there is nothing right and nothing wrong. It depends what you do. When I go shopping, I still go like this. When I dance, there's a different sense for this kind of discipline over my body. I will do a tango now, we will do a tango now, where I will try to switch from the two things. let's say, switch to feel is not so difficult. Discipline, I will need a bit more attention. Can I have the next one, please? Tango. This is definitely feel. I like this. This is not easy. So for me, knowledge was mainly this, being able to recognize myself when I was losing some of the discipline. If you go to Alessandra, knowledge was totally different. Alessandra has got a huge elasticity, and she can go 100% on every movement. But she had to realize that there are movements where, for the benefit of our balance, and a lot for my benefit, we didn't need this 100% every single step. Because otherwise, it could become very, very difficult to manage. So she actually had to study how to be able to go from minimum to maximum, to total elasticity to total control. So her spectrum as a dancer became much, much more wide. So what we will do now, we will do a waltz. And I can show that if Alessandra wanted, she could be 10 times more extreme of this. But because now we are speaking about knowledge, so the ability to combine extreme movement to more contained movement, she will actually find this tune. So if we have the next one, should be waltz, I think. I can assure you that this is, in some of the movement, is only 50% of what Alessandra could reach or can reach. But there is a choice of being able to know yourself, your knowledge, so you can choose which kind of volume you want to play. So this was, for us, very, very important to understand exactly what we needed to become a more complete dancer from the body point of view. The next part is still me, or it is you? You? Are you sure?
I'll just check my notes.
It looks like we're speaking forever today, no?
No, sì, è vero. Ladies and gentlemen, knowledge for the body. What I had to study. The impossible. Especially nowadays. in Latin American. Silence. If I keep quiet for long enough, most of you start to think I forgot my notes. No. Silence. It's every human being's reaction to silence, to try and fill silence with something, because it becomes a little bit uncomfortable if it's too quiet for too long. Especially, this actually could be a male-female thing, because it's okay to sit with your friends and not say anything, but as soon as you're with your partner, there's no silence because it's constantly talking. So it could be a male-female thing. But like I say, it's every human being's, should I say, a reaction to feel some awkward moment of silence. So for me, as you see, I enjoy to move my body to the music. And I remember once I had this choreography. I paid a lot of money for it. And in this piece of music, I was required not to move, to just feel silence. Well, in practice, it was no problem. As soon as I got on the floor, the music, the lighting, everyone, yeah! I had to move. So the little, what shall we say, the little rhythm monster in my body started to kick in, and I couldn't contain it. So for me, it was an everlasting, or how can I say, unachievable almost aim to try and to feel calm and composed and confident enough not to be able to feel every single beat of the music with movement. Also for me, why I like this idea is because for me, it's a very superior quality to be able to feel silence, not with extra movement, but with filling out the movement, the one movement which is required for the step, for instance, for the choreography, not to add extra, but to be able to have the capacity to feel that moment in time with maybe volume, with resistance, all these words, but without adding any extra movement. So for instance, I'm going to ask my one and only Carmen to join me. And for the illustration, I will do a little bit of samba, because you all know now I can do the bachata, so that's okay. So I thought I'll try my partner in skills. And to be able to combine this movement of silence. Now, silence can still be in motion. It doesn't have to be static. So should I give them a good example or a bad example? Okay. So I will try to be silent in the samba. Thank you very much. So even if I'm moving, it still looks pretty quiet, yeah? Shall we say? This. See, no.
Do you mind?
Dai.
Do you mind? Because I saw him practicing this thing, and I was killing myself. Because there was this piece of music going on, and he's trying to do samba, silence, and he can't stand still.
Terrible, I know.
He's in front of the mirror, and he's going like 300 miles an hour, and he's saying to himself, silence. This is a bit odd. Can we try this thing? You stay with the music silence, and when I say go, you go. Let's see.
Let's try.
Let's try this. Can we say samba?
The idea is knowledge, yeah? Not that we've conquered it, just that you have knowledge about it. Okay. Good. Oh, too excited. Thank you, William.
Okay.
Okay. Like I said, it's about achieving the unachievable, yeah? It is possible, whether I choose it is another story. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was my little, what should we say, devil in the closet, shall we say. And for Carmen?
Thank you very much. Well, my knowledge for the body actually came with me dancing with Bryan. He was my biggest challenge ever. Honestly. It's true. Well, why I say this? Because my knowledge for body was actually energy changes. Instinctively, I'm quite snaky, oily. I don't need much accents. I like to go, you know. My body styling kicks in and all of that. So that was quite what I would instinctively do. And then I get this kinetic energy box in front of me, and I thought, how are we going to do that together? So this was a real challenge for me, and I had to learn to do that in myself, because I think otherwise we as a couple would have probably not been able to dance very well together. So, of course, the energy changes are in your own body. I had to learn how acceleration goes, how deceleration goes, how I could maybe hold longer, to be faster, to be slower. All of these things in my body is clear. But why I found a little niche for myself, what excited me about energy change, was that I needed a reason why I do it. And the reason why I did it was because I related it to Bryan. And this is what I enjoyed, and I could find myself actually quite enjoying something which I had to learn, which was not easy for me, and believe me, we had a lot of hard practices going through that, because at the moment he thought I got it, he stepped up again. It continued, it was never ending. Another energy box going on. Yes? So the challenge kept going. So I'm going to show you just a little entry piece where how I would do it in my instinct, more snaky, and then how I would do it in my body, more with energy changes. The Roomba, please.
The party's over. It's time to call it a day. They burst your pretty balloon.
I'll do it again, and I'll show how I try to do energy changes in my own body.
Away. It's time to wander. The masquerade.
Okay, this is as far as I go alone. Thank you. But, thank you very much. But of course, as I said just before, I need a reason. So I feel pretty lonely out here doing this by myself. So I'd like to do the same piece again with Bryan, and I'll show you the reason for my energy changes.
The party's over. It's time to call it a day. They burst your pretty balloon and taken the moon away. It's time to wander the masquerade. Just make your mind up. The piper must be.
Is it now? Is it me still? Oh, mama. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the next little section. We're slightly over time. I'm sure you don't mind, no? Okay, good. Because we prepared it, so you're going to see it. Believe me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next little section we're going to do for you today is the instinct of character. Now, you've heard 3 of us speak today so far, so that already says something about the character of the one of us. And Instinct, the character, or the Instinct 4 character, I'll start with myself, because I'm on the mic. I think it's how you react to any situation without having a premeditated thought about it. So, for instance, if I'm in quite a stressful situation, the first thing I will do is try to make everything okay. If it's a bad situation, I try to make the best out of the situation. So I try to make it a little bit light-hearted, shall we say. So for me, it's not so serious. It's not about the meaning of life. It's about the cha-cha-cha. So for instance, if I'm feeling a little bit down when I've been away for weeks and weeks, I turn on the television, I watch CNN, and see that there's millions of people starving, and I'm complaining about being away doing the cha-cha-cha. So I try to make the best of it. So even in the situation with my partner and myself, if something goes slightly wrong, not that it does often, or maybe now more than it used to. So if it goes slightly wrong, I always try to make it a little bit, okay dear, it's all right, we'll be there, I'll be okay, we'll be okay. I try to make light of the situation. Not to give it any less value, but this is how I deal with the situation. So this is my individual character on how I handle the situation. How does this transform into dancing? Generally, I like the very light, the very, very light melodies. I like the musicality of the little instruments in the orchestra, not the big drums. I like the little light instruments. Woof. This is where I enjoy, and this is where the kinetic energy comes in. So to make a little rumba, which is a little bit light-hearted, it's a rumba day today. Wicked. So today, I'll illustrate light-heartedness in the rumba. Okay.
Aquellos ojos verdes de mirada serena dejaron en mi alma eterna fe de amar, anhelo de caricia, de besos y ternura, de todas las dulzuras que han...
Thank you. Ha. So light-hearted, that's me. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll continue. I'll introduce the next person, and let's see if we can kind of gather what word we would give to her instinct of character. Watch carefully, yeah? Concentrate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, to make this easier for you, I will give you multiple choice. Let's see if you think Carmen is A, dramatic, B, dramatic, or C, dramatic. Which one do you think? I think I'll go for dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. the one and only Kamusha. Let's say she's a little bit dramatic. Even with me, my lightheartedness, with her previous partners, who I can say were slightly more dramatic than myself, she managed to maintain her sense of drama through the dance. So this we can easily see is an instinct for her to be dramatic. On, off the floor, 8 o'clock in the morning over breakfast. It's all about how the eggs are done. Okay? You. Coffee, now. Darling. Yeah? Okay, good. So that's clear. Right. Next I'm going to invite the one and only Mr. William Pino on the floor. And let's see if we can guess what his instinctive character is. Oofty. Okay. There was a chill in the air already. Well, I'll be joining you for this one. Alessandra. Bravo. Good luck, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're going to see a little bit of waltz, is that correct? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, to make it simple for you, I'll give you 3 choices again. Let's say B. Oh no, let's start with A. That's always good. Let's say A. Funny. Or comical, let's say that. B. Smiley. And let's say C. Slightly remote. Do you know what the meaning of C is? Remote. Slightly aloof, yeah? I think that's quite clear. Vero. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's quite clear. Let's say quite remote. And Ale, after all these years of dancing with him, I think your character has been, shall we say, a little bit touched by your partner. And in order for her to show us her character today, I believe you want to show us the waltz? No, the Foxtrot. Foxtrot, vero. zit. Bravo. For you, Alain. Daar. That's it. Next lecture, I'm not talking either. You don't talk, you get more applause. It's not fair. So, ladies and gentlemen, to sum up our instincts of character, I'll take you backstage before. I was standing a little bit nervous before a lecture because these lectures always make you nervous. I'm trying to make light-hearted conversation. Everything will be fine, no problem. It's okay. Carmen's behind me. Oh my God, on the tight straight, on the tight straight. Take the shoes, take the shoes. William is floating around, slightly around, in control of the situation. And Ale is finding out if everybody's okay. You okay? Everything okay? Yeah, good. Wow, they're very positive. So it's quite a team out there, I'm telling you, it's quite interesting. And this is our instinct for character. So now we have to go to the knowledge of character. What I had to study to make myself a complete, or try to make myself a complete dancer. When I spun the wheel, obviously opposite to my lightheartedness, which is drama. It's not funny. It's dramatic. And those of you who know me know I'm not that dramatic, but I can be. This is what I had to study, and I had a very, very good teacher. So I will try to do a little bit of rumba. In fact, I will do a bit of rumba, baby. I'm trying to be dramatic here. Give me a break, all right? Honestly. With a sense of drama. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate that. Like I said, because today I brought my drama teacher with me, and I'll pass her on to you, the one and only Carmen. Thank you very much. You did a great job. They all appreciated it. Thanks so much.
You see, I told you should have danced like that. I kept telling him. But actually, he didn't do it because he did it once as a surprise for me in a show. And this is true. He had a bet with another fellow dancer to make a bit of lightheartedness during the show so they would have fun. And this other gentleman's challenge was not to smile during the whole cha-cha-cha. And Bryan's challenge was to be dramatic. So I'm going on the floor. I don't know about this. So I'm going on the floor and I'm dancing away. And then he comes like he did now. I was in heaven. My eyes were rolling backwards. I didn't know what I should do. I forgot the routine. I was finished, so he said to me, that's it. I will never do this again because I can't trust you then. All right. So, now, obviously, my opposite to dramatic, and this was another real challenge, was to be subtle. Subtle is just really not in my vocabulary. It's really hard. And as you can see, I'm slightly, dramatic in my outfit for a lecture. Because, I try to be subtle. Had I been subtle, it would have been not subtle, it would have been red. But I thought, okay, black will be a bit under, a little bit less. Anyway, so subtleness was something I had to learn, and I think it was very important for my character, because I think if I'm dramatic all the time, it's very boring. And I think I need a range, a scale, where I can be dramatic and subtle. And I think as far as I got was towards subtle. I don't think I've ever quite made it there, but I was trying. So we're going to try a little passo again. I'm going to try to show you, or will show you, drama and subtleness, and I hope you can see the difference.
Yeah. So we are nearly at the end. So knowledge for character for us too. As Bryan said before, Alessandra is a very joyful person, very easy. And for her, dancing, it is something that she likes so much that for her sadness is totally out of the equation. So in the beginning, it was a bit complex because I do love sad musics. So particularly when we had shows, it was a bit difficult because when I was happy because the music was sad, Alessandra was sad because I was happy. I'm still thinking about it. It's not clear yet, but it's got something to do with something like this. So the idea was for her as well to be able to grasp, even if she's doing the thing she loves the most, the heaviness of the sadness of the sound. And this is what we challenge ourselves a lot of time. We did try to find musics that would enhance this kind of feeling to see if we can become better dancers. So for this, I choose a music that I love for Foxtrot. As I said, because I love it, it will make Alessandra very sad. Anyway, let's try this Foxtrot. So now I think we are very late, we should finish now. So we can skip my one, yeah? Are you sure? Now, with this one I don't understand why. In their knowledge for character, they all chose what they wanted. When it came to me, they said, we know, you do this. And in the end, it ends up that they wanted me to do a comic piece. So I said to them, no chance. I'm not going to do this even for all the gold in the world. But then there was 3 against 1, and I lost. So yeah. The only thing, because I know that I don't have one chance to make it, I called everybody, choreographers, music, things, to make it work, but I still can't make it. So, I will need the help of the 2 ladies, so if they can help me at least to get a bit of the mood, yeah? And I can tell you, this is a big, big challenge for William Pino. If people think, final in Blackpool, final at the Worlds, this is nothing in comparison to what I have to do now. I have much, much more pressure now than when I was dancing. So, can we have the ladies first? Okay. Change of mood.
In a city, all alone in your room, come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. And as for me, I made my mind up back in Chelsea. When I go, I'm going like Elsie. Start by admitting from cradle to tomb, it isn't that long a stay. Life is a cabaret, old chum. It's only a cabaret, old chum. And I love a
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understood a little bit today about our version, shall we say, of how to become a complete dancer. You saw many different variations today. Some people might like some more than the other. Let's say that tango that William did, which was aesthetically very good, very pleasing to the eye. The steadfast ballroom traditionalists would love it, and I can understand. So it's not about right and wrong. It's which one you prefer. So in instinct versus knowledge, instinct is what you are, knowledge is what you gain. Knowledge is what you gain in order to promote the instinct, to make yourself a better dancer, to make yourself a complete dancer. There's no right and wrong. You are, what you were born to be, what all the influencing factors around you created. This is how you were born, this is your instinct. Your knowledge is your ammunition that you take with you, that you can choose when you want to. So you are what you are, not what you've learned.
Very good men, sing, sing, sing.
Thank you.